représentant du gouvernement au Sénat. Senator Gold, a recent report by Nature Canada and 3 other environmental organizations identifies shortcomings in Canada's approach to measuring and reporting carbon dioxide emissions from the forest sector. The report shows that Canada's accounting approach fails to include more than 80 million tons of CO2 emissions associated with logging each year in its emissions totals. That's the equivalent of failing to report all the emissions from the heating of every building in Canada. This understatement of the climate impact of logging is putting the achievement of Canada's climate targets as well as the protection of Canada's forests at risk. Will the government agree to appoint an independent expert group to review Canada's approach to forest carbon accounting and issue recommendations for greater accuracy?
Senator Gold.
Senator, thank you for your question, and I thank you for your leadership as well on this topic. The report to which you referred by Nature Canada is welcomed by this government, and indeed the government has seen enhanced research of greenhouse gas emissions and welcomes that research. I'm advised that the government will be taking the report of Nature Canada into consideration. The government remains committed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and to look into emission leaks and gaps in order to continuously improve its work.
Senatrice Galvez.
Canada's failure to accurately report the true climate impact of its logging sector is perpetuating a myth that logging in Canada produces minimal CO2 emissions, when in reality, industrial logging emits more carbon than the entire agricultural sector. Will the government review its forest carbon accounting practices in order to put in place more effective practices in advance of its 5th biennial report on climate change to the United Nations in 2022?
Senator Gold.
Thank you, Senator, for your question. As I mentioned, the government is committed to improving its work to reduce greenhouse emissions, including exploring where there may be leaks in data and the like. And the government is further committed to continuously improving its practices and will ensure quality reporting to international organizations such as the ones you mentioned.
Sénatrice Dupuis.